Where and how was Charles Mason born?
Truly enjoy hurting other people.
How do you reflect on your time in House of Glory?
You cannot deny talent.
You won every title in House of Glory.
I'm having the best run of my career right now.
Charles Mason fit extremely well with GCW.
Is so well versed and provides so much to wrestling that they allow for something that violent and that gory and bloody to thrive.
You got into this super intense, super personal, and super bloody issue with Allie Katch.
Yeah. I wasn't there to end her career, I was there to end her life.
Ringville episode, Charles Mason. Yo, what's up everyone? How you doing? My name is Kevin Herrera Sanchez, KHS, and welcome to another episode of Ringville. Today, I have the absolute pleasure of sitting down with somebody you've seen wrestle for House of Glory, GCW, Blitzkrieg Pro Wrestling, Pro Wrestling Junkies, Beyond Wrestling, Ring of Honor, Jersey Championship Wrestling, and many, many more. He was number 259 on the PWI 500 for 2025. He is the current House of Glory Heavyweight Champion, the current Pro Wrestling Junkies Champion, and the current Jersey Championship Wrestling World Champion. The root of all evil, Charles Mason. How you doing?
I'm doing really well, especially after hearing all that.
No, how could I not?
Yeah.
You know, it's like you're a man of many accolades.
A lot of accolades and you got all of them. So you did your homework and I'm impressed.
Of course, I have to. More of like a respect thing, but also kind of like a fear thing, you know? It's like, oh shit, hold on.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen?
You better get it right.
Exactly.
You make a mistake. You almost made a mistake there.
I did.
Yeah.
They never gonna see that though.
No?
Never gonna see that. But one of the first things that I wanted to talk to you about was the understanding of character, the understanding of who you are, and the understanding of your brand. Oftentimes when wrestlers ask for advice, veterans or people would say, oh, tell a story in a match and figure out your character. But I feel like that's something that is heard, but it's difficult to understand.
Absolutely.
And you are an example of somebody who whenever I watch in the ring or live on YouTube or I hear you cutting promos, I simply just believe. I believe who you presenting as. And it's something that is very difficult to do. And I wanted to kind of ask you, where and how was Charles Mason born?
Yeah, I mean, I think you speak on the believability of it, right? And it comes because I truly believe everything that I'm saying, everything that I'm doing, all the pain that I'm inflicting into people in the ring. It's very painful. It's legitimately painful. The things I say, I truly mean. And so there's conviction behind it. I've always had a fascination, I guess, with how much pain the body can tolerate. And whether it be my own tolerance or yours or someone else's, and how much I can inflict. And I think, when I first started out, I was a wealthy man that was kind of pigeonholed into a certain character that was asked to be presented, right?
Okay.
And then...
the billionaire playboy?
Yeah, I hate hearing that.
Oh,
I hate hearing it because it wasn't authentic. It wasn't, there's some authenticity to that, of course, but there's no substance, there's no depth to that. And that depth came when I reached down into the depths of who I really am during COVID. When COVID happened, I asked myself, why am I really doing this? Why am I really wrestling? I don't need the money. I don't need a contract. I don't need to impress anybody. I was born with a lot more than people have.
Thanks.
And the reason why I've always done this was because, the thrill that comes with it, the pure joy, the adrenaline. As I'm starting to say it, and the more we're talking about this, I'm feeling it now. Because I truly enjoy hurting other people. And I enjoy being hurt. There's a legitimate thrill, and it's unlike anything else that I've ever experienced. That's why you believe everything I do compared to others. It's because it's real, it's true, so.
And you've described yourself as a homicidal rich psychopath.
Okay, I might have said that. I say things like that, sure.
And one of the things I actually looked into when I was like researching for this interview was like, what makes a psychopath click?
Sure.
You know? And you said a certain word. You said the thrill
Yeah.
of hurting people. Then there's the other aspects of like goal-oriented, you know, like stuff that you want to achieve.
Sure.
And then the third thing was like having that control
Yeah.
and manipulation over people.
I'm big on that. I am big on control,
Mhm.
right? The ability to kind of control someone's, you know, future and their lives and have that in the palm of your hands.
Mhm.
You don't know what that's like. I do. I know what that's like,
Right.
right? And it's intoxicating,
Mhm.
you know, to be able to have that control over someone. That's where the thrill comes from. Goals, as far as goals come, I don't have many aside from being able to do this on a bigger stage so that I can do it in front of a larger audience.
Right.
I enjoy that too. I enjoy people watching me do the things that I love. And something that's so taboo in this world, you know, we're not supposed to do what I'm doing. You're not supposed to stick your finger in someone's mouth and rip at their cheek. And I've done that in front of thousands of people before. Now, if I can do that in front of millions of people, I can bite someone's nose and claw at their eyes in front of the world and have blood all over my body, whether it be my own or theirs. That's the thrill. Yeah. You know. I feel sure it's not there, but usually it comes here. Like for me, I don't have this.
Okay.
I have this. Like it goes through my veins up until like my chest. Like I said, I'm feeling it now. You can hear it when I speak. Like there's passion behind this. There's a passion that comes with hurting people and seeing them just in pain and agony and in that torture. I love that.
And you love torturing people, but there's times in your matches, and it's always kind of eerie, where you're being like hurt, whereas like you're being hit with something, and then you just smile.
Yeah.
And it's like that's one of like those character aspects of wrestlers that like maybe sometimes it goes unnoticed.
For sure.
Right? Or it's like it's something like super small that people wouldn't think about, but that's like one of those best examples of like, oh, you know exactly who you are, and it's like you know exactly how the like Charles Mason is reacting. Yeah. And it's like, when did you first kind of like think like, oh, I'm gonna smile during these?
I mean, like I said, there's not much thought that goes behind it. It's just instinctive. This is truly what I feel, what I am in the moment. I remember wrestling Andrade, and he hit really hard. Yeah. But I enjoyed it every single time, and what happens is, it's like a predator with their prey, and then sometimes the prey fights back a little bit. They don't go down easy. Now this becomes kind of a game. Like I know that I have you. I control your fate. I control what the outcome of this is going to be. But let's play a little bit. Let's have some fun, right? You can fight back. You can bite back. You can hit back. And I can feel that intensity and the strength that comes with every strike that comes. You know, I like that. It just makes it a lot more fun.
You're essentially playing with your food. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of the hippie jibbies, you know, like type.
Yeah, some people used their food just laying on a plate. They don't fight back. I want to fight. Right. Yeah.
You mentioned House of Glory. You have the heavyweight champion right here. Right. There can be like a whole hour discussion on your time at House of Glory. That's where you trained, right? You made your debut there. You've been training for, I want to say in 2016 is when you started?
2016, so 10 years ago is when I started training.
Yeah. Well, congrats on 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's something, I guess, right? We start things at certain times in our lives. What you do in that time that you can congratulate me on. You know, I've accomplished a lot in that time.
You have.
There's a lot more for me to accomplish. But yeah, I started 10 years ago.
It's fascinating, kind of just like looking into your career in House of Glory, where it was like you started off as a student and then you worked your way up. Like you won every title in House of Glory. Like even with the tag team titles, it was like a technicality, right? Because it's like cold-blooded killers. But that's you. Yeah. That's you, you know? Winning every title and then winning the main heavyweight champion. It's like, how do you reflect on your time in House of Glory?
You cannot deny talent, you know, and although what I do is not motivated by by the championships. I don't do this for the belts. I don't do this for the accolades. They just come with my natural gifts.
Yeah.
Like I've just explained to you for about 10 minutes as to why I do this. But I'm very talented as I do it. I'm trained, very well trained, by Amazing Red, someone that I have also beat at House of Glory. I beat my mentor. I'm going to do it again. Right. And you cannot deny talent for long. Cream rises to the top. When I first started, I was placed in a tag team that I quickly outgrew.
How could you not?
Yeah, I don't play well with others. So I was given the opportunity to go on my own. I was the first ever 6-weight champion, the cruiserweight champion. COVID hit, came back. I think I was crown jewel champion. Then I was tag champion, and then an opportunity came for me to cash in my Matt Travis contract, and now I've been the House of Glory heavyweight champion for about a year now.
Right. Yeah. Which not an easy thing to do, especially at a company like House of Glory, who they're bringing in talent that's considered the best in the world.
Absolutely.
It's did anything change for you when you won the title and you're like, okay, now the best talent is going to be coming after me?
For sure. I think there's a mental shift that happens. Yeah. It's hard to shift my mentality because I don't care to win, to lose. It doesn't matter to me as long as I can kind of get off. These desires that I have deep down inside me. If I can be in the ring with someone and, make their pain my pleasure and kind of make them my victims. This is the only place where you're kind of allowed to manhandle someone and kind of get away with it, right? Legally, right? If I did this in the streets, I've been apprehended before. It's apparently it's illegal, whatever.
Allegedly,
allegedly. Yeah. So when having this though, instead of me having to always hunt and find my prey, the prey comes to me. Right. So I can sit back, relax a little bit, and wait till there's an announcement. This is the person that you're going to be facing, and see all the comments under the posts on social media, and see how many people love that person. Right. Oh, please beat Charles Mason. Please beat Charles Mason. And there's another form of satisfaction that comes when I'm able to hurt their favorites in front of them. You know what I mean? So there's being able to keep this is important. Yeah. If I lose this, I lose that, and I don't want to lose that. It's a new satisfaction that I've gained from hurting the fans through their favorite wrestlers.
Right. Oh, fascinating. And when they announce your opponents, do you ever think of how to hurt them in the way that will hinder them most when it comes to their wrestling style?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Because, these people, they're not used to being in the ring with someone like me. They're used to having a competitive gentleman's fight, right? We're going to follow the rules, or, you're going to have guys who are they claim to be bad guys, bad men. Yeah. And they bend the rules a little bit. I make the rules work for me. And I throw the rules out the window sometimes, and I just kind of do what I want. Yeah. Right? So knowing that these people are coming in the ring with me, they're not prepared for what I bring them. Right. And I have someone like, let's say, Nick Nemeth, who I'm scheduled to fight. And I see that beautiful blonde hair he has. And that's something that I can latch onto, and I can grab and pull and rip out of his skull. And that pain is not something that I don't think he can withstand. Someone like Joey Silver, right? Someone who the fans love and they can get behind. And,
which you beat.
I did beat him.
You did.
And he gave me, that was fun. That was very fun. He had a lot of fight. And did some things that I didn't expect him to do. But I scout my opponents, of course. For sure. I want to hurt them in the most vicious way possible.
Right. Exactly. And then when it comes to seeing the opponents that you're working with and seeing the potential of all the damage you can do to them, right? Is there any time where you're preparing, or maybe in the match, where it's something just completely shifts and you're like, oh no, this has to be over now?
100%. Yeah. I look for, it's like blood in the water for a great white shark, right? I can sense it. I can smell it. The air kind of changes. There's a certain panic that's in my opponent's face, or there's exhaustion
Right.
that exudes from them, that I can see that this is the time.
Yeah.
This is the moment where I pounce and where I either put them to sleep and I wrap them in these big old arms and I squeeze and squeeze and squeeze until the life fades from their eyes, or I dump them on their neck. Tombstone, I like that one. Drive their body right to the mat. Their neck compresses, and there's a crack that happens when I do that. And
that only you hear.
I love the sound of that. I love it.
Damn. Which I'm guessing that's why you decided to do that.
Absolutely.
Like you're just like, let me hurt them as much as I can.
Absolutely.
Possibly ruin their career. Absolutely. And you didn't care about any of that.
It's not my career. My career is going to flourish. Right. You know, I like I said, this is for my pleasure. I'm here for the thrill to get my rocks off and to fulfill my deepest, darkest desires, whether they can walk again, whether they can see their families, whether they can hug their children, whether they can see their mothers, that their mother have to bury their sons. That's not my problem. Right. That's just...
Who cares about that?
Who cares about that?
Okay. As long as you're doing what you're doing.
As long as I'm doing what I'm doing.
What you said, getting off? Like,
yeah.
Okay. Something else you did earlier this year was the Jersey Cup.
Yeah.
You finally won, and it came back in 2023. It's the second longest running tournament in the States, like besides the Super 8. And there's only ever been 17 winners, yourself included. And it's a 2-night tournament. It's extremely brutal. Yeah. And it's not like an easy feat to do. And in 2025 and in 2024, you didn't even make it out like the first match. I'm sorry to bring it up.
You're saying a lot of things right now that if this was in January, if this was before the J Cup, I would have been extremely offended and unhappy to hear. Yeah. But since I've won, those things don't matter anymore. Right. What's the past is the past.
Exactly. Right? Nobody remembers that.
You only remember what's happened most recently in your life. You don't. You only remember how things have ended. You don't remember everything in between.
For sure.
Okay. So I mean, we'll touch on that, right? This year's J Cup was different, right? You said the word finally. For me to finally do something, I don't like that. That means that there were expectations of me, right? And whether I placed them upon myself or people had expectations of me, that I should have won the J Cup the previous 3 times that I was in it. So I had a different motive this tournament. Yeah. Last time I succumbed to my desires, that desire to inflict pain and hurt people, and I wasn't so worried about winning. Gotcha. I wasn't so worried about capturing the J Cup, but it started to really get with like my mind started to mess with me. Am I not as good as these people that are placed in this tournament? Yeah. I know that they are beneath me, but how can I continue to say that when I'm losing? Right. First year, I beat Billy Starks. That was easy. That was fun. Then I lost to the eventual winner, Jordan Oliver. Yeah. The following 2 years, I was placed in a scramble match. Right. The first one, I don't remember much, but I know that I was left at the end of that just contemplating, like, what am I really doing here? Match was over. I sat in that corner just alone with my thoughts. Okay. The third year, the second scramble match, I had recently come back from a 3-month prison stint. Right. And I'll be honest, I was in there just having fun. I did a 450 in that match. Oh. Right. So that's another thing.
Practice in prison?
No, what?
Practice that in prison?
No, I'm extremely talented. Where am I going to practice a 450 in prison? How am I going to do that in prison?
I don't know. I've never been to prison.
Okay,
I don't know.
Well, there's no real space to do that.
Okay.
But I'm extremely talented. I told you this myself, right? If I chose to, I would be one of the best high flyers in the nation. I'm not. That's not like hyperbolic. That's factual. That's not my style. It's not what I enjoy doing. If I want to, I'll do it. But this year, I think there was a lot of doubt, and a lot of people weren't expecting me to move on, and I don't blame them. I didn't show much before. And I had Eric Stevens in the first round.
Right.
And boy, does he hit hard, but I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. And I beat him, and I was able to beat Jonathan Gresham.
Right. Which
And
was after you had a buy-in.
I did have a bye.
Yeah.
That's not my problem.
It's
I don't
not.
make the rules.
Honestly, better for you.
Better for me. I don't make the rules. Like I said, my motivation that night was to win.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the bye.
Mm-hmm.
And it gave me a little bit more time to rest.
For sure.
Jonathan Gresham had one more match than I did.
That's on them.
He recently had a stroke
Mm-hmm.
prior to that.
Yeah, okay.
So I knew that I just had to outlast him. That's really all I had to do.
Right.
He's one of the best technical wrestlers in the world. He's the octopus.
Absolutely.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But he just came back from the stroke.
Yeah.
And if I wanted to, I could put him into another one. I was really focused on winning. And I outlasted him. And I went up against the JCW champion at the time, someone that I had a long, long history with. Right. And we both left changed people. I'll just say that. Mm-hmm. I think she learned a lot that day of what it takes to be a real animal and the animalistic nature of the fight and what you really need to overcome. Right. And I left knowing what it's like, what you need to do to become a champion. And that's why I'm the JCW champion.
Absolutely. And it's like, how would you describe winning the tournament to someone who doesn't understand the weight of the Jersey Cup?
I think, the weight of the Jersey Cup itself is not something that I personally relate to. I mean, the weight of overcoming all the doubt that I just explained to you, I think that was more important to me. But it is a prestigious tournament. Mm-hmm. There are people who work their whole lives and whole careers to make it into that tournament, let alone win it.
Right.
So when I did win, I think new expectations were placed upon me, as I am, rightfully the best junior heavyweight in the country and the world, because we've had people from around the world come into that tournament. Yeah. And I've since then met those expectations, if not exceeded them. Mm-hmm. I've defended that title. I've won every time. I'm having the best run of my career right now. You are. Best run of my life. And I think that, it's going to take a lot for someone to take that from me.
You said you're on the best run of your career. Mm-hmm. That is shown in where you was ranked for PWI. Mm-hmm. And in 2024, you were more into 400s, around, I believe, the 459 around there. But a year later, you jumped 200 places up. Yeah. And it's like a hat off to you, where it's like the tremendous work that you've been doing, and just the type of work that you've been doing. Because it's like there's always especially now, everyone's a good wrestler.
If you say so.
Okay, fair. But it's like there are more good wrestlers now, I feel like. Oh, shit.
If you say so.
Oh,
I don't agree.
You don't agree?
I don't agree.
Okay, how come?
I think wrestlers are lazier. I don't think they put enough thought into what they're doing.
Okay.
I think guys and girls are just going into wrestling and going into their matches with no plan on how to hurt their opponent as much as they can, how to inflict the most pain that they can. Mm-hmm. And that's really, whether you're as sadistic as I am or not, you want to hurt them so that you can defeat them, right? I think people are more concerned with having a really nice clip that they can put on social media and people can get some retweets, but that was kind of cool. The thing is, as I said before, those moves and those clips and some people like yourself will call them spots or whatever it is. If you're trained well enough, you can do them. I can do all those things, right? I choose not to.
450
with ease.
Max, flex.
I might springboard 450 in my next match just to prove, I might hit a shooting star, just to prove a point.
Yeah.
But when I am in the ring, I draw you in. Because inside all of us is this beast that I've embraced. This monster inside me that people like to call a monster.
Yeah.
We all have that. We all have this animalistic nature. Right? It's natural.
Yeah.
And I've embraced it, and I put it out for the world to see, and it draws people in. Right? And what a lot of wrestlers, they're too afraid to do that. So they're just going through the motions.
Yeah.
And I want to see people really I want to see aggression. I want to see a passion for the fight. That's what I am longing for, and I think that's what fans are longing for.
I saw either you tweeted or you retweeted where people now are trying to cosplay as wrestlers, but they're actually social media influencers.
I think I tweeted something along the lines of you either die a wrestler or live long enough to become a social media guy or try to be a social media guy. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not ignorant to the fact that social media is extremely important in what we do, right? But it's only important because it is the way that we can share what we do, show the world what we do, who we are. Once you get off that track and once you start making, I guess, content, that's a word, a nice little buzzwords going on. Everybody wants to make content, right? They see social media influencers and they see how some other people kind of get into the top and they want to make content. And as soon as your content starts to go off path as to what you are and what you truly bring to the wrestling ring, then I think you're making a mistake. Your content and everything that's on your social media should bring people into who you are and what you do in the ring. Now, there's some social guys and girls who have thrived and made advances in their career through social media. But when people click on their page, they see who they are in the ring and they can see, and it backs it up. Right? So as long as you can back it up, I have the problem. But if you can't back it up, then to me and to some of my peers, you're just a clown putting on a show for the world.
There's a facade there.
There's a facade, but you're kind of like the jester. It's kind of dancing for the king, right? You're just putting on a show, and there's no respect that comes behind that.
Right, absolutely. To go back to the original topic, it was where you landed on PWI.
Oh yes. Yeah, let's get to that PWI ranking, right? So you said I was 259?
259.
259. Yeah. I have a hard time remembering the numbers because although they're, I guess, noteworthy accomplishments, it's nowhere near where I'm supposed to be in my art and in my mind and what I know that I'm capable of providing. You said the year before that, I was in the 400s.
You were 457.
457. Do you know what I was the year prior to that?
Were you also back in the 200s?
I was 249, I think, or something like that.
Right.
That was my highest ranking.
Yeah.
Then I dropped it to 400s because that year I spent time in prison.
Right.
I did not have as many matches. And when I got out of prison, I had a point to prove. And I had the most matches of my career. And they bumped me up. And this year, if I'm still in the 200s, there's
issues at PWI.
There's issues at PWI. I have fresh silverware, knives particularly, that could use some.
What kind of knives you like to use?
I like the sharpest ones.
Oh, say good Japanese knife.
Yeah, Japanese knife.
And do you think wrestlers ever kind of lose the plot when it comes to like, oh, I'm wrestling or I'm doing all of these like cool things and different like spots and matches when they start wrestling with the intention of being on PWI?
If anybody is wrestling with the intention to be on PWI, or if you're wrestling with the intention to get a viral clip, you're gonna fail because your head is not in the right place. Let's say athletes, right? You have someone like LeBron James, right?
Okay.
You have someone like Jalen Brunson,
yeah,
right? King of New York right
Facts.
now, right? Jalen Brunson isn't going, well, I'm going to go and put up 40 points so that I can be the first player to have 40 points in the finals since da 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 da.
Right.
That's not what the intention is. The intention is I want to win the game.
Right.
And I'm going to do everything I can to win the game. And what comes with that is 45 points, right? What comes with that is a 29-point comeback, right?
Right.
But the goal is to win. So if your intention is the accolade won't come. If your intention is to do the work, complete the objective and the goals, then the accolades will follow.
Okay.
And that's, I think, the people who truly know this business and love it and enjoy wrestling, I think they can kind of filter between people who are wrestling for certain intentions that are not the best and people who are wrestling with passion and fire and heart and desire to win and hurt people. You know?
Right. Always the hurt people.
That's the
Always.
most important part.
For
For
sure.
me.
Have you ever met somebody else that had like the same drive and passion?
Oh yeah. There's a bunch of us, really. There's just some who embrace it more and who aren't afraid to call it what it is. You know, and that's like me. I don't mind being called a monster or a sadist or any other name, psychopath. Sure, you know, sociopath. All these different psychological things that people place upon me. Someone like Minoru Suzuki. I wrestled Minoru Suzuki, and that was one of the most fun matches I've had in my life. Just because every time we hit each other, not just him hitting me, when I hit him, he enjoyed it. I could see it in his face. I could see the smile. I could see the eyes light up, right? So we just went back and forth and hit each other, hurt each other. And a really fun story about wrestling Minoru Suzuki was that when he put me in his pile driver, right? And he's been wrestling 30 years, maybe more. I don't know, but he was a
one of the GOATs.
He's one of the best of all time. And when he put me in his pile driver, you're taught to tuck your chin to protect yourself from a career-threatening injury, and sometimes you don't have time to, right? My victims usually don't have the time to, so
And you do that on purpose.
Of course, very quick, very snappy, so you don't know when it's coming. You can't protect yourself, right? But all fighters in every aspect are taught to protect themselves. When Minoru Suzuki had me upside down, I had the chance to protect myself. And if you look back at that, I don't tuck my chin. I land right on my head. I felt my neck kind of compress.
Did you hear the crack?
Oh yeah. And people are gonna say that maybe I'm dumb for that. I'm a little stupid, but they don't understand. They don't understand the thrill that I also get from receiving that pain. I had a smile on my face as I was going down. I loved it, and he loved it. Yeah. You know, so there are more people like me.
And whenever you meet those people, I'm assuming it's that like feeling of like, oh, how can we out-pain each other?
There's some of that. There's definitely it's a challenge, right? I know you love the same thing that I do. Yeah. Right? How can I change your relationship with pain? You think you like it, you think you enjoy it. Yeah. How can I make you suffer so much that you never want to feel that again? That's for me at least. Right. But then there's also times where I meet these people and we kind of have a bond. We kind of bond on it. Yeah. And I don't usually play well with others, but every now and then I find someone that I can do this with. And we'll have a good time until we don't. Right? Until I just want it for myself.
Because then you're going to want to hurt them.
I just, maybe them, I most likely would just want the prey for me. And at the end of the day, I want it for me. I want to take it home with me and do what I want.
Does not share.
I don't like to share. You can have a taste. You can eat off my plate a little bit. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's my meal. Right. You understand?
I do. One of the things that like I found fascinating was your cradle pile driver. You put like your arm, like you kind of like tucked their leg. Yeah. What was the thought process in doing that?
So going back to Minoru Suzuki. Yeah. Minoru Suzuki does gotch style pile driver. Right? Mine is a tombstone where the body is facing me. When he does it, the body is facing outwards. Right? And he gets his arm in S-lock right between your legs so that when you go down, he can drive you down further.
Okay.
Right? He sits out, your neck cracks.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. I think the issue that comes with that is, remember, the goal is also sometimes to win, right? Sometimes you need to win these matches.
I guess.
Right? So if he does that, I land, or the victim lands in a forward-facing position, and then he has to roll them over. It's a little. I get right to the point. So I have your body facing me, right, and your face is kind of tucked in. You don't know where we are. It's kind of darkness, right? You can't really see between my legs too much, and I get my arm all the way through. I have so much control here. Remember that word, control. And I let you think about it for a second, and you think that nothing's gonna, and then boom, snap, snap, and just go down. And I just, their body, their back is on the mat, shoulders down. I can just crawl right over.
Just lifeless?
Just lifeless. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
But you gotta make sure it's snappy.
I've never thought about the drive aspect.
Have to drive your pelvis area down, right? Pelvic push. If I have my arms around you, sure, we'll go down. Right. There's an extra push. Right. I can show you.
Like on me?
On you.
I'm good.
You sure?
I'm good. Nah, yeah, I'm good. I got weak ankles, weak shoulders. I'm not trying to add a neck to that.
It's not always your choice. Tonight it's your choice.
Okay.
Maybe one day it won't be.
We're not gonna get there. But moving on.
It's not your choice.
Talking about wrestling for PWI, and it's like there's the people who rank PWI. There's like a certain kind of, I don't know if I want to say class to them, or like a certain sense of like they're like seen as like, oh, these are the guys that rank for PWI, right? A very different kind of experience when you kind of get that like nod of approval from them, and then when you get a nod of approval of the fans.
Sure.
And sometimes in wrestling, there is certain people that just fit with companies extremely well. They fit the theme, they fit the message, and they fit the look and the feel. And I believe you, Charles Mason, fit extremely well with GCW. And it's like you started working for GCW, I want to say maybe in 2022.
Maybe. I don't remember, to be honest.
Fair. Too many murders, right?
Yeah.
Too many.
They're all kind of molding together.
For sure. So coming up on like 4 years now, and GCW and their fans are people who understand what the identity of GCW is, right? So whenever you're like a new wrestler is brought in, it's kind of like, okay, do they fit that like mode of what GCW is, or do they bring in something new that fans also like? What was it like for you going into GCW and experiencing this new fan base?
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy being at GCW. It's a very different environment, and my relationship with those fans is very unique. When I first entered the world of GCW, they were on top of the indie world, and they still are. They're traveling a lot more now than they were back then. Right. But they're still I would say, the top independent wrestling company in the world, right? And I think when people think about GCW, they think about deathmatch wrestling, and they think about hardcore wrestling, blood. But that's not what GCW is all about. It's just that GCW is so well versed and provides so much to wrestling that they allow for something that violent and that gory and bloody to thrive. Yeah. Right? It's an environment that can thrive, but it's also an environment that some of the best technical wrestlers in the world can thrive. Yeah. Some of the best tag team wrestlers in the world can thrive. Right? So I think great thing about GCW is that, sure, you will go into it with an opinion and a thought of what to expect, and then you watch a full show and it blows your expectations out of the water. It gives you everything. Yeah,
it's like different flavors for everyone.
Different flavors. And when I first started there, I dipped my toe into a very violent flavor, right? Very bright cherry red, bloody red, bloody flavor. But I've also had matches there where not a single ounce of my blood left my body, and they were still great matches.
Yeah.
I do prefer the bloody ones.
I was gonna ask.
I do prefer them, and you know, it's there's something about blood. You know, there's something about blood, and I think that I've already shown in my career I don't need that to prosper.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not a deathmatch wrestler. I've never been a deathmatch wrestler because every match that I'm in can result in death. So I am something above a deathmatch wrestler. I don't need the weapons in order to be a threat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But there's something about blood that the smell, the taste, the sight, it hits all senses. And it is an addicting taste. It's an intoxicating smell. It is euphoric. There's when blood is rushing down your face, when you look into your hands and you see the blood of someone else all over you. There is something about that you just cannot replicate in any other way. And it's just fascinating. And like I said, it's an addiction. Yeah. It's hard to fight it. You know, and I don't want to fight it. Right. I love it. Yeah. I love it.
In your time in GCW, you have, like you said, have those matches where it's extremely bloody, extremely violent, and then you've had, you know, like you said, just regular matches, right? Early in your GCW career, you got into this super intense, super personal, and super bloody like issue with Allie Katch. Yeah. And there was on your side, there was like a bit of just kind of following, stalking, you know, to the point where it made many people uncomfortable.
Sure.
How do you feel about that?
About making people uncomfortable?
Yeah.
That is my goal towards fans, towards the people who love this great sport. Yeah. I've already told you what I do it for, as for my own personal thrill-seeking, right? But for fans, I like to see them be a little uncomfortable, right? Kind of like move in their seats because they just don't know what to do with their bodies when I come around. Or
they look away.
They look away. It's hard to make eye. You're doing a great job of making eye contact with me, but it's hard for a lot of people to do that, especially when I'm on my way to the ring or when they see my videos and things like that. Allie Katch was not the initial target, but she became one. When I first went into GCW, I was after a very good friend of hers, or once a good friend. Things have changed recently. Yeah. Who was Effie, and I really wanted Effie. Effie was at the top of GCW, and I just you go straight to the top. That's who I wanted. So I had a match with Allie Katch, regular match, but many people did not like what I was doing to her. After the match, after I beat her, I handcuffed her to the rope because I knew that her best friend would come to save her, or at least try. She had many friends and they all came, but I really wanted Effie. And then I wrestled Effie. And it's easy to sucker him in. And I literally sucked him in. And what I mean by that is I'm not unaware of how good looking I am.
Okay.
And I'm not unaware of how much he agrees with that.
Yeah.
So I knew that if I went in for a kiss, I would have him where I want, and I did. And as I kissed him, I sucked on his bottom lip, and I bit, and I pulled his head back and just ripped at his bottom lip. That was really intense, and I enjoyed it. Yeah. I enjoyed that so much. And I had a garrote. You know what that is? You know what a garrote is? I don't know. Piano wire.
Okay.
Right? I had piano wire, and I was ready to just carve through his neck. And Allie Katch came back. Allie Katch came, and she involved herself in my business. And she got in the way of my meal. You ever try to put your hand between a dog and its food?
Yes.
It'll bite your fingers off.
Right.
Yeah. And that's what happened. So she came. She entered my world again. And I knew that if I wanted to get back to him, I needed to get rid of her. Right. And I needed to watch her every move. I needed to follow her. I needed to see what her day-to-day routines were like. Because if you want to make someone disappear and you don't want anyone to notice, you need to find the perfect time to strike. Right? And I did that, and it all culminated in a very, very beautiful steel cage match.
Very.
Which
interesting choice of words, saying beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Others would say violent, disgusting.
Sure.
But
what was so disgusting about it?
Just I would say the lengths you tried to go.
Sure.
You know, to kind of not only like beat her, but it felt just like you were there to end her career.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like some may look at that, myself included, where it's like, well, maybe try not to do that.
I wasn't there to end her career. I was there to end her life.
Oh, that's worse.
Yeah. But, you know, if when you put 4 walls of cage around us, so there's nowhere to go. We have to settle this in here. Right. But those walls are weapons for me, right? I busted her open. She busted me open. I once watched Allie Katch take out a knife and carve up someone's stomach. And I needed to pull that out. I pulled that out from her. She tried. She tried to stab me.
She did.
That was great.
That was a rush for you, right?
That was a rush for me.
Yeah.
I wish she did, right? But I also need to live another day, right? As much as I would want that to happen, I know no one's coming to save me. After all I've done, no one's coming to save me. So I couldn't let that happen. But I think it was beautiful to see someone like her dig deep, find that other side of her, that dark passenger. Let it control the wheel for a little bit.
Okay.
And let her do what she needs to do to get rid of someone like me. And she ended up choking me out. And if you see, as I'm falling, I am smiling.
You are.
I'm smiling because the pleasure of her arms around my throat, squeezing, was so satisfying. But also I was proud and I was happy that I can create another person like me. Right? We talked about Minoru Suzuki and other people who are like me in this world. Right. And there's another one. And Allie Katch is one of them. And she's able to put that aside when she needs to. Yeah. But when it comes out, it's violent. And I love it.
An incredible, gruesome match. If you haven't seen it, it's online, it's on YouTube. It'll be in the link in the description. Go watch it. Yeah. It's like truly, like you said.
I watch it about once a week.
Once a week?
Yeah. It has about 8 million views.
It does.
Yeah. People like to see me hurt people. They enjoy that.
Right.
And they enjoy watching
you get hurt.
Yeah.
But you like that too.
I do too. We're all having a good time together.
Yeah.
We're all having fun. Are you having fun?
I'm
Are
having
you
a good time.
enjoying this right now?
You know, there's a little bit of like hairs on the back of my neck stand up every now and then.
Okay, I'd like to see them later after this.
Okay.
Yeah. Just show me the hairs on the back of your neck. I need a closer look.
Oh, okay, we'll see. Well, what are some other matches you've had where you think people should watch to get to know who Charles Mason is?
That is a good question. There's the match that I had with Minoru Suzuki, for sure. If you want to know who I am and what I bring to the table and what sets me apart, you can watch that match. Yeah. There's a recent match that I had with Andrade that will show the lengths that I would go to keep this belt right here. There's a match that I had with Marcus Mathers at JCW that I really enjoyed. And I know a lot of people watch that match because he's in the WWE ID program. Right. And it brought me another level of satisfaction, hurting one of their prospects. Yeah. Right. So that was fun. And I had a cage match with Everett Connors years ago. That was very bloody, very violent. I had a match with Zilla in Texas. Right. And there was something about making him bleed in front of his family and friends in his home of Houston, Texas, that was very nice, very enjoyable for me. Like there's quite a few. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll find a lot of matches.
Yeah. Another one I would throw out was your match against Joey Silver.
Okay.
It's one of the best examples, I believe, of watching you kind of be hit unexpectedly, but then you kind of like figuring out, oh, how do I beat him?
Yeah.
And then once you do, it's just kind of like a tale of like, okay, this is happening and we're just witnessing somebody die.
Yeah, I chose to wrestle Joey Silver, and I put out a message, and I wanted to find a way where I can inflict as much pain as possible on the fans. Right, they're protected through that guardrail. Sometimes you're in the crowd and you're protected through that guardrail, and I can't really get to all of you. And I can't really hurt all of you at once. I would love to, but it's really hard to get to every single one of you. House of Glory has about 1,000 fans in there. So how can I get to all of them at the same time?
Right.
I can take someone that they all love, and I can torment them and torture them while hurting that person they love so much. And I picked Joey Silver. So that was me going up against Joey Silver and the fans. What I didn't expect was the referee to be in on it. There was a moment in that match where Joey Silver held this title in his hands, and I clearly showed the ref that my head was hurting, and he decided to turn his back on the situation. Any professional referee would have called the match right there. Right. He turned his back on the situation, and it gave Joey an opportunity. And honestly, I was surprised, but I was really intrigued by Joey and how opportunistic he was. When he smashed his belt over my head and went to the top rope, and I think everyone thought that was it. It's going to take a lot more than that to take this from me.
Right. Absolutely. And there's that other layer of like, you're kind of poisoning other people. And like you said, you're kind of creating this like darker side of people and letting them take the wheel. And it's like, that's like the Charles Mason effect of having a match with Charles.
For sure. And this is there are opponents of mine who like to try and speak to me afterwards. Okay. After the match is all done, after we've settled, and they will come to me and try to, I guess, just see what makes me tick. What is it that brings this intensity? And they always say they've never been in the ring with someone like me. What that means to each person, I can't pinpoint it. That's for them. But I know that I bring a certain intensity that no one else can replicate. Right? And I think it pushes people to find out what that is for them, to discover that side of them. I've literally wrestled people, fought people, hurt people, made people bleed, and they will come to me about an hour later, blood still coming through their body, right? And all over their face, all over their arms and hands and chest, and they're a bloody mess. And they'll come to me and they say, I don't know what that was, but I need to find it. And it's true. I bring that out of people, and it's up to them, really. Right? You want to be as great as I am, you embrace it. If you're afraid of it, or afraid what that's going to turn you into, then you put it to the side somewhere, you hide it. Absolutely. You run from it, and you never achieve what you can. So I don't mind changing some people for the better. I do some good in this world, right?
Yeah, right. You're for the better. You're making them worse, but it's better for you.
It's better for me, and ultimately it could be better for them if they choose that life. Right.
Oh yeah. Okay. What would you say are some of your like proudest accomplishments in your career so far?
I would say wrestling for GCW in a cage match at the Hammerstein Ballroom, right in my home city. This is where I'm from, in one of the most legendary venues that the city has to offer. Jumping off of the top of a cage and driving my elbow into that snitch, Richard Holiday. Major accomplishment for me. I would say winning this House of Glory Heavyweight Championship. There are not many people who started training at House of Glory who have held this title.
Right.
Being Grand Slam champion, I think I'm the only one ever who has held every single title at House of Glory. I'm pretty sure. So that's an accomplishment. I'm winning the J CUP this year. Major accomplishment. There's so much more for me to do.
Absolutely.
There's so much more. There's bigger stages, and I've had a small taste. Right. I did
Ring of Honor.
I did Ring of Honor, also in the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Right.
Right. And like I said, the world is filled with people like me. And when I went out to that ring, that crowd was just surging. They wanted more. They wanted to see the violence. Now, unfortunately, I was up against someone who was 7'4", and I took a bite of his finger, and his finger was the size of my hand. But that was intriguing. That was nice. I've never had prey that large. It's a new challenge for me.
Okay.
Right? But I would love to sink my teeth into Ring of Honor, into AEW, to WWE, to TNA, maybe go somewhere like New Japan. There's a lot more for me to accomplish.
Yeah, there's more bodies to hurt.
Oh, there's a lot more bodies to hurt, and there's more eyes to watch it happen.
Right.
I love when people watch as it happens. Watch as I have my way with them.
Okay, well, oof, little hairs, you know?
Yeah.
But, man, thank you very much for taking the time.
Yeah, the pleasure is all yours, clearly.
It is. It's very much.
There's a lot of pleasure for me, too, don't worry.
Yeah? Okay.
We're both enjoying ourselves. We're both full of pleasure right now.
Yeah.
Usually it comes with pain. And maybe soon, maybe when these cameras are off, maybe when there's no witnesses or no one's to see, I can have a little bit more pleasure with your pain. Or maybe I want them to see. And maybe I'll wait for the right time. But we'll see.
Okay.
A lot of seeing.
Anything you would like to plug to the cameras, though?
Yes.
To the people.
If you would like to follow me, if you want to see me torture, torment, cause suffering to those that you love, those that you admire, some of the best in the world, you can follow me on Instagram. It's @_Charles.Mason, I believe. And on Twitter, X, whatever it's called these days, it's Charles Mason. But the O is a 0.
Oh, okay, there you go. Hell yeah.
And if you like this here hat that I'm wearing, you can go to my website, therootofallevil.bigcartel.com. Buy this hat, buy some shirts, signed 8x10s. I will write on the 8x10s exactly what I want to do to you. Because usually people put their addresses and where I'm supposed to ship it to, and I'll just go on Google Maps and you can see the street view and I see what your home looks like.
That doesn't seem smart to give that to you.
Yeah, well, they need to get it somehow, right?
Sure,
But I like to see where they live.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. All right. Well, if you ever buy something from the website, Charles Mason is gonna know where you live. Yeah. Which is actually kind of cool.
Yeah, there's a chance I come find you. Make your pain my pleasure.
Well, thank you everyone for watching. Until next time, we out.